Once the largest hospital for people with mental health conditions in Washington state, Northern State Mental Hospital was a town unto itself. Parts of the site are still in use and off-limits, but the farm is now a recreation area. It is located just north of the Skagit River near the town of Sedro-Woolley. Although Northern State Mental Hospital was touted as one of the good asylums with patients being treated with relative kindness, doctors of the asylum were known to perform terrifying experiments on the patients there, including lobotomies and electroshock therapy, all against the patient's will. Many of the patients were heavily drugged during their stay at Northern State. And the worst part was that most of the patients weren't actually mentally ill, but people who were just down on their luck of suffering from common maladies. Patients admitted to the asylum were often suffering from depression, postmenopausal syndrome, or even alcoholism. Patients who were functional spent the day working the varying facilities around the asylum. This included farming, raising livestock, or working at one of the lumber mills or factories. Recreational activities were also offered, like spending time at the gym or playing board games. Unfortunately, life at Northern State wasn't all fun and games. Most who were admitted into the asylum were suffering from short-term episodes and should have never been admitted to such a regimented care facility. These people included rebellious teens, depressed young adults, women going through menopause, and alcoholics. There was even a population at the hospital of immigrants as a result of racial cleanliness. Security soon became an issue as the population of the asylum exploded. A murder even occurred in 1922 when a patient was killed. By 1953, the hospital's population hit a peak of over 2,700 people. The superintendent claimed that this was the maximum capacity of the asylum, but he was still pressured to take on more and more patients. Like countless other mental asylums of the time, grisly experiments were performed on patients, some of which have even been rumored to be part of the top-secret government program, MK-Ultra. Patients were being subjected to clandestine treatments like insulin shock therapy, lobotomies, and electroshock therapy. All of these were considered inhumane. Heavy sedation with powerful drugs was also a common form of treatment, but truly it was just used to keep patients in line and submissive. Countless patients perished at Northern State. Rarely were the bodies claimed by families, and so their disposal was left to the state. Those who were known to be Protestant were cremated in an on-site furnace. Hundreds of these cremains were later found in tin cans bearing their patient numbers. Rumors say that the remains were packaged in the hospital's canning facility by other patients. Most patients were buried in the asylum's 1.5-acre plot. According to hospital records, 2,000 bodies are buried on the grounds of the asylum. While the graves once did bear the names of those below ground, the swampy soil has caused the majority of the headstones to retreat into the ground, leaving the bodies of the dead totally unnamed. Efforts are currently underway to exhume the bodies, identify them, and give them a proper burial. Controversy began to surround the asylum. People petitioned for greater rights for the mentally ill, and the word about the brutal experimentation began to make their way around. And in 1976, Northern State officially closed its doors.